It's Val. We're just gonna chat and do some quests today. Bit of a more chill video because I was in the mood to chat today. So I have a few main quests that I need to get done. I am finally level 16. Everyone give me a round of applause. I finally meet the requirements to be in my club. I won't be killed anymore. So if I go missing, it was not Kaz, guys. Trust. It's just inconvenient being a low level. I'm still getting used to the new area, but honestly, I love it so much. I've been exploring the forest and the little details. I'm so excited to learn more about. There's so many little Easter eggs I can tell in little small areas that just, oh, it's so cute, dude. I love it. The only part of the map that I haven't unlocked now is Epona. I also need to build my reputation with Valedale still because I have, oh, look at me talking about I've unlocked the whole map except for Epona. No, I haven't. I'm just lying. I haven't unlocked Dino Valley either. You know, there's always that one person in the group when you're playing Starstable who's like, I haven't got this area unlocked, I haven't got that area unlocked, and you have to like change your whole plan. Yeah, that's actually me, so I need to lock in. The thing is, my main account, I was such a nerd for the lore and I loved the story quests. I was also a kid and arguably the story quests were just more interesting at the time. Like, I found the quests really interesting, but nowadays I just don't find them very interesting or fun to play through. That being said, when I was a freshman in high school, I made a new account because I was going through a Starstable phase, played through all the story quests and wrote my own lore based on the plot points that actually happen in the game. That took me like 2 or 3 years, but now that I've played through this story twice and pretty much maxed out 2 accounts, like I've done all of the Valedale gardening stuff, not gardening, but like the Valedale rune progression stuff. I've done all of it on 2 accounts. I've done all the quests on 2 accounts. And on my main account, I've literally done everything, maxed all my reputation, done all my achievements. So now getting a 3rd account, which you may be saying, oh my god, why do you have a 3rd account for this game? Well, yeah, I don't know either. I really wanted an account on the UK region because I live here. I don't know, that was like a really boring story, but I actually love old Starstable outfits and I feel like I want to dress like that in real life. Do you guys ever get stressed out thinking about your hobbies because you realize how bad you are at them? That's low-key me every time I'm like doing something I shouldn't be doing, like playing Starstable and yapping. Should I maybe be working on my hobbies that actually bring me closer to my goals, or should I play Starstable for 3 hours? That being said, I feel like playing a video game is way better for my mental health than just watching YouTube, which is what I've been doing all morning because I took the day off because I'm sick again. It's half term and I only had 2 lessons today anyway. Occasionally I'll do an extra video on Wednesday if I have something else I want to say to the world about Starstable Online on my YouTube channel with 10 subscribers. Anyone who supports my channel, you're goated. I'm never going to tell you guys to subscribe or to like the video or to comment because I hate when YouTubers do that. If you want to interact with the video because it spoke to you, do that. If you want to subscribe, do that. I'm not putting out like great content if we're being honest with ourselves. I'm just having fun on Starstable. I'm not trying to blow up. That being said, I have been wanting to start a Starstable channel since I started playing, really, because I got into the game through YouTubers. So every time I'd play as a kid, I'd just do this. I'd sit on the game, I'd play the game, and I'd talk to myself just without the mic and without OBS recording everything. I feel like I'm always talking to like an imaginary Twitch chat. Well, not always. Guys, I'm not crazy, okay? I'm just saying, I feel like sometimes when I'm bored, it just feels natural to talk to myself. So I've always sort of done that. By the way, this saddlebag is really annoying me. Like, it technically is supposed to match the black on my shoes, but I don't know if I like it. I feel like there's not enough black on my character. Oh, because I didn't add the black earrings. Disaster has struck. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. I had the worst night of sleep, guys. I was up all night. I was having like a bad night, right? I decided to put my phone down at 3 o'clock. I'm like, this is not even helping, bro. Like, I'm just trying to distract myself from my thoughts, but like I feel like it's better to just be asleep. Anyway, I put my phone down and I go to sleep. 1 hour later, my mum bangs on the door and she's like, please turn the hot water on, because we've been having some trouble with our boiler, and I'm such a burly man who knows how to fix everything that it's my job to fix the heating and the boiler. Oh my god. It's my job to fix the heating and the boiler. So she comes banging on my door 1 hour after I've gone to sleep, and I'm like, oh my god. So she leaves, she goes out to take the dogs out. Oh my god, I've gone to bed 1 hour ago. It was literally 4:30 in the morning. Like, it wasn't even like 5:30, it wasn't, time to get up. It was 4:30 in the morning. She's banged on my door and is like, please turn the hot water on. I get where she was coming from because she needs hot water to shower. I go to the boiler. The hot water isn't even off. She didn't even check if the hot water was running before she barged into my room at 4:30 a.m. with the dogs to tell me, bro, I crashed out. But anyway, I've calmed down now. I'm fine. On my main account, when the Icelandics came out, hated them. Hated their guts. I was like, I'm not buying one of these. I like the old ones more. I was lying in bed one night. And this is how brain rotted I am from playing Starstable. If you're a parent watching this, please warn your kid away from ever touching this game. Lying in bed, right? And I was like, did I hallucinate that one hairstyle for the Icelandic? And so the next day, I was desperate to get on the game to check. And I was like, oh my god, I did not hallucinate this hairstyle on the Icelandic. You see, like this sort of like emo looking like frat boy hairstyle, like the fluffy one. But when I saw this hairstyle existed, I was like, my opinion of this horse, the entire breed, has just completely done a 180. And I bought 3 of them in one day. To be fair, they were on sale. I don't know what it is about this hairstyle, but it just does something for me. I think the normal Icelandic hairstyle is so ugly, but this sort of like thick pulled situation really reminds me of like a little emo boy. I don't know how to explain, but I really like the look of it. I filmed a video the other day, like at night, of me just literally having like a crisis, a mental breakdown over... Anyway, I'm finishing basically my high school education at 20, which I think to a lot of older people in the audience will probably sound in the audience as if I have people watching this, bro. Anyway, a lot of older people, this probably sounds so dumb. Basically, I was having like a mental breakdown about it, and I was like, oh my god, this is the worst video I've ever seen in my life. I was literally just rambling about like everything. But I was basically saying that I don't even, like, all my life I wanted to do science. Now I'm thinking, do I actually want to do that? Loki had a random whim to become a bartender. So I feel like I'm going to try and see if I can get any bartending experience, like just for free, just for fun. Why not? Like, if I think that I might like it, I feel like I should at least try. I just think that would be the coolest thing ever, to be a bartender. I've always had like a whim, and you know how people have whims to do things, right? I've always had this sort of whim to become a bartender, the same way that I had a random whim to become a drummer. Though I had this random whim to become a drummer, and most people would be like, oh, I want to play the drums, and then they'd sort of forget about it and be like, you know, just a whim. Me, I'm different. I went out of my way and found a teacher, go out of my way every single day, every single week to get to him and take lessons. And I went out of my way to get myself a drum kit. When I have a whim to do something, I'm going to do it. For me, a whim is not the same as someone else's whim. A whim is not, oh, it would be nice to do this. It's, I think I'd really enjoy doing this and I actually really want to try. With bartending, I've had this similar whim to just, maybe I want to dedicate my life to being a bartender, because think about it. My favorite thing in the world is talking. I would literally listen to people's problems. I'd find so much joy from that. Serving people drinks and like helping them have fun. I just think it would be so fun to work at like a busy bar. Probably very stressful, but I think once you got into the hang of things, you could do it and you'd learn how to make different drinks. I don't know how much money you make, probably like not a lot. I don't think it's like a small amount either. Is it wrong to like help people microdose on poison? I don't know. Sounds like a fun time. Anyway, random whim to become a bartender. What do you guys think? My goals in life, right, are this: to be financially stable, to have a group of friends, like a ride or die group of friends, because I've never had friends in my life, and to help the planet and help climate change. Probably boring rant for you, but if anyone is also 18, and if anyone's also behind in their education, it's just a weird age, especially if you're sort of on a different path and you're doing something alternative. Does anyone else have the experience of growing up having no friends and then now being like a young adult who also has no friends? So you're sort of in a weird place where it's like you can't say to people, oh, I've never had friends, like ha ha, oh my god, the texture is gone, oh it's back, oh it's gone, oh it's back, oh it's gone. Okay, anyway, you can't say to people like, oh, I've never had any friends, because it's not even like a joke, because like you're still in that place, because it's definitely a me problem, like 100% a me problem. It's not other people. Like, I'm just also being neurodivergent and having mental health problems. Like, I just need to put in some effort. The main thing I want in life is the ride or die friend group, you know what I mean? I don't think it's unrealistic to want that. I feel like in today's world, it's definitely difficult to find a friend group like that, especially one that hangs out IRL a lot, because people are busy, people are working. I don't think it's impossible, you know, especially if everyone's putting in effort. I just don't know where to go about finding a group like that. And I think ultimately it's not going to come organically, but that being said, I definitely Is it raining? What is that noise? Oh my god, my whole house is like shaking. Anyway, sorry, that just scared me because it was like a pelting sound on my roof, and now Lisa's gonna beat me, and I'm gonna have a fit because I've got a big ego and I can't let an NPC in a video game beat me. Sorry, I got really distracted. Anyway, is it like weird? My goals in life aren't to have like a partner or to have loads of kids, or to even have kids. Like, I don't want kids. But my main goal in life is to have a ride or die friend group. Like, that's just the type of person I am, and that's what I want in life. I forget the word for it, but I'm one of those people who doesn't feel attraction if I'm not friends with the person. I have to be friends with someone. I have to be really comfortable around them to start feeling romantic or sexual attraction to them. However, once someone's in the friend zone, they're in the friend zone. So the majority of people that I become, most of the people that I become friends with, obviously I'm not going to have feelings for because it's just too friendly. So it's either I become friends with them and that's it, they're locked in as my friend, or I become friends with them and I catch feelings, but they've locked me in as their friend. Oh, thank God we won. My ego is saved. Are you ever aware of something that's happening in a social situation? You see someone getting like upset or something, but you don't know how to resolve the problem. You're just sort of like, should I bring this up? Should I fix this? Like, I'm aware that like this something that someone else is doing is making this person uncomfortable, but I don't know how to stop it. You know what I mean? It was so funny to me that my last video did really well because that was actually the most like cracked video I've ever seen. I think I was one of the first people to post about the update, and obviously there was a lot of hype, which is why like my really small channel got quite a few views in such a short amount of time. But that's actually the worst video I've ever posted onto my channel. I filmed that video. My mic is always doing something wonky. Like, if you watch any of my videos, you can tell like the gain's up too high, so I turned the gain down, and then my mic just started acting even more wonky, so turn the gain back up, guys. I'm probably assaulting your eardrums right now, but anyway, my mic is so wonky in that video. I was making like the worst jokes. I was throwing so many swears out, like it was actually probably not child friendly. And then immediately after I stopped recording, I edited that video in like an hour and a half, cut loads of stuff out because it was just too long, and I was swearing so much because I was like getting really annoyed at one point. Push that video out really quick, slap this thumbnail on. It doesn't even fit in the YouTube format. Like 150 views in like a few hours. I've spent hours on some of my videos, not to guilt trip any of you, they're not good videos. I spent hours on some of this shit and it'll get like 2 views. I don't mind, but it was so funny to me that this video that I shit out, this awful content that I shit out, it is probably mostly kids watching it. Maybe I should be more careful with the words that are coming out of my mouth, but this content is not for kids, guys. Like, I'm not making this to be people's babysitter, so if I'm throwing out too many swears, I forgot to change my earrings. If I'm throwing out too many expletives, that's just how I speak. I am an honest person, and to be honest, I have to swear. If I change my sentence to exclude the swear, I'm changing the meaning. In changing the meaning of something a tiny bit, the interpretation just completely changes. The meaning just completely changes. What was the point of me even opening my mouth? Because the thing that I said wasn't the thing that I meant. So it might as well have been someone else saying it. It wasn't even my opinion. Oh my God, this drives me crazy. The amount of censorship I see nowadays, especially since TikTok. So basically there's a term called algo speak. The way people talk to avoid being slammed by the almighty algorithm. And there's really no evidence that saying certain things is going to get you like shadow banned or demonetized. But I think a lot of content creators notice that when they say certain things, even if they're like not super harmful or like it's important to say them, it can just get your video demonetized or get you banned. For instance, I posted a video a few weeks ago. It got literally 0 views, and I realized it's because I'd forgotten to cut out the swears. And obviously in my most recent video I didn't cut out all the swears, but I posted this video, literally got 0 views. So I went through the video, cut out all the swears, reposted it, everything else was the same, and it got 10 views, which obviously for my channel is quite a few views because at the time I had like 2 subscribers. I definitely think like it probably does affect the algorithm. What was I doing? Changing my earrings. Anyway, algo speak is like to avoid that happening essentially. So instead of saying you'll say sewer slide. Instead of saying porn, you'll say corn. I understand why people do it on the internet. What I cannot wrap my head around is why people do it in real life. They'll be like, did you hear that story about that girl who committed sewer slide, unalived themselves, krilled someone? First of all, it's cringe to say that in real life. Second of all, it's the same thing I was saying before. When you censor yourself, your meaning changes. Third of all, who are you censoring yourself for? You're lessening the crime, first of all, or lessening the terrible event. You know, its impact on other people is going to be lessened. Do you think, like, the algorithm, like, the government is going to shoot you if you say the word you're thinking of, rather than saying some cringe algo speak corn or sewer slide or unalive? My Gen Alpha neighbor used something like that the other day, and I just was like, why are we censoring ourselves in this day and age, girl? But obviously she's picked this up from the internet, where suddenly everyone can't say what they think. I'm a bit yuppie, like, I'm a bit like cuckoo, some people might say. I identify that. Oh my god, bro, the fucking Gen X is gonna come for me for saying that line. I consider myself punk, that I want to be honest and say what I think, so I'm gonna say things how they are. I'm not gonna censor myself, and sometimes, you know, it's not appropriate to do that. Do I care? Personally, I think the world would be a better place if we were all honest. Maybe my opinion will change as I get older, but at this time in my life, more than ever, I just want to say what I'm thinking, instead of thinking about how can I say this in the way that would make me sound smart, or how can I say this in a way that would make me sound polite. I'm gonna talk how I talk. I'm not gonna be fake about it, just so more people will believe me. And maybe that's not the most diplomatic way to go about life, but ultimately, if I'm not hurting anyone, I'm not talking about, like, if I'm talking about someone, or if I'm saying something that could hurt someone. Why is this cutscene I have to click. However, objectively, we need to stop censoring ourselves in real life. This word is overused, but it feels dystopian. Anyway, in the future, these videos are going to be more structured. Like, I'm going to have a topic to talk about. This week, I just wanted to chat and hang out, and that's what we're doing. You know, I'll just be your friend, and we can be on call together and be talking. Those are my favorite kinds of YouTube videos where, oh my god, I'm going to sneeze. It feels like I can just talk with a friend. I don't love the direction that Starstable is going in, becoming more of just like a generic fantasy game. I understand the vision and I respect it. I think back in the day, the game was more of a vibe of Jorvik is just another country in the normal world, and there's a very lesser known side of the country which no one knows about that harnesses magic. The rest of Jorvik, you can just write it off really as a normal country. I mean, yeah, it's a bit unrealistic that we're so obsessed with horses. You can explain it away. Now, I think with Wildwoods, like the purple trees, this new update with this new area, it just feels like the magic isn't really a secret. It's just sort of part of this world. Like, I have this thing flying around, and I was not happy when the dragon pets came out, because I was like, does it really fit the lore of the game? The dragon pets felt really random. These beasts feel less random because it's like it was actually explained. It just feels like there's definitely a different vibe to the game. It's more magical, it's more fantasy, it's more like generic. We have beasts and dragons and stuff like that. I like that they're going in a direction with the game rather than in no direction, because I feel like for the past few years it's just sort of been like a dead end, that they're actually doing something with it now. And I understand they probably have to shift the focus from the main story onto like the rest of the world, because there's not much left to do. Like the final battle with Garnock, yeah, whatever. Once that's over, what are we really going to be doing? If there's no one to fight, they need new conflict and new story progression, you know what I mean? It's weird to think that there's people playing this game who've not experienced old SSO at all, and just, oh my god, look, you can see the castle from here. I really want to play the old Starshine Legacy games. Maybe I'll play them on video actually for you guys. Well, I don't know how much people would actually like enjoy a video like that. People don't really enjoy Let's Plays anymore. Well, people don't enjoy Let's Plays, but if I did do one, it would be heavily cut. It would just be like the funny moments. So, do you guys also like go through phases with food? I'll have a food and then I'll have it for breakfast, lunch and dinner for the next like 3 to 10 days. A few weeks ago I had this Caesar salad that, oh my god, it was like the best Caesar salad in the whole world. I made it the next day for breakfast and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. So I made it again for lunch, and then I made it again for dinner. Then I did the same thing for the next like 5 days, literally eating only Caesar salad for like 7 days or something crazy. Like, I ate nothing else, which is so bad for you. But I was so obsessed, like, I did not want to eat anything but chicken Caesar salad. Like, it was crazy. Then I was, like, eating my chicken Caesar salad one day, and I was like, oh my god, this sucks. Like, this is disgusting. I was just not, like, I was so upset. So then I stopped eating my chicken Caesar salad, and I was like, what do I want right now? I want something really hot, because I'd been eating cold, crunchy salad for the past, like, 7 days. So I was like, oh my god, I really want ramen. So I got ramen. You know where this is going. Had ramen for dinner the next, like, 5 or 7 days. Just solely, like, I tried to, like, take, like, a break day a few days of the week, but because I was like, oh, like, ramen's kind of gross. It would only take me a day to get back into the ramen. I was like, damn, this shit slaps. So dehydrated for those 7 days, bro. I was like parched every single day. My ramen kick ended, thankfully. What was my phase after that? Oh, the phase I'm in right now. I was really craving Subway. So I was looking at the menu and I was like, why is it like £12 for a foot long? £12 for a foot long? I don't know where you guys live, but that's how much it costs where I live. And it's like such unhealthy food as well. Like, it's so bad for you. This is what I mean. Like, it's not food that's gonna fill you up. The whitest bread you can think of. It's not even bread. Like, it's classified as cake. Really nothing to write home about. I do crave a Subway sometimes because, you know, someone was saying the other day, they were talking about those shops. You know, those shops that no matter which one you go into, the smell is the same. And I stopped them and I was like, you're talking about Subway, aren't you? And they were like, yes. And I've lived in 2 countries at this point. In every country and in every Subway, it has the exact same smell. I'm telling you, the exact same smell. And I went in a Subway the other day because my friends were getting stuff, but I wasn't getting anything because I was broke. So I was like on my floor, hands and knees, crawling around, right? And scrounge up some pound coins, £2 for dinner. Go to Aldi. I get a pack of crackers and I get a deli pack of tuna mayo and sweet corn. And I just sit there and eat the entire tub of deli tuna sweet corn, dip my crackers into it, and I eat like so many crackers and so much fucking tuna sweet corn, and it cost me £1.50, and I was craving a tuna sub anyway, but now I'm obsessed and I can't stop. You guys are gonna think I'm the most disgusting person in the world, but what I say to you is you need to grow up and realize that tuna is actually really good. You need to grow up and realize that fish actually slaps and it goes crazy. Like sushi, fish, grilled fish, baked fish is actually so delicious, and anyone who says differently is just lying. Honestly, I think you're just like lame. You're not eating good quality fish if your fish smells bad. I'm telling you that right now. As well, you're like, oh, it looks like an animal. Can we talk about this? This links into what I was talking about censorship as well. People don't want to eat an animal if it looks like an animal. You realize if it looks like an... This is actually my biggest ick. Tell me why it's not an option on your phone to turn text notifications to silent, but to always have calls ring. The amount of time it takes me in the trailer is embarrassing, given how long I've played. I swear to God. Okay, this is like the Mandela effect. Does anyone remember when the trailer, instead of being organized in alphabetical order, at the top would be like the places that you visit most frequently? When you visited somewhere, it would like move to the top of the list. I swear that's how they did it. I swear. Am I like going crazy in saying that? Or does it, because I've never heard anyone else talk about it.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm